Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video, well, I want to answer another question. Somebody sent me reference one of my articles, which I throw up occasionally on social media. I think the article's titled Drivers and Bodyguards, Why I Don't Trust Them. And I detail a story there, something that happened to me quite a few years ago now in Haiti. You know what, if you listen to a lot of my content, read my books, read my articles, I'm very skeptical as far as security personnel, drivers, etc. Why? You know what, I've been in this business now over 35 years, so I understand how things work. And generally, in most places, the quality of security staff, drivers, whatever their background, be it special this, special that, special fucking needs, etc., is generally low. Why? I find it, especially with a lot of ex-military guys, ex-military, ex-police guys, as soon as they get out the military and police and there's no oversight, there's no discipline, there's nobody watching their ass, they tend to slacken off big time. And they take the private security business as being very, very casual compared to military and police, where if you're dealing in, how can we put it, the more questionable parts of the world and you're dealing with clients with serious problems, I would say the private security business, the private investigations business, there can be more risks, more threats involved because you don't have the military and police backing you up. You're on your own, so you have to not only consider the operational aspects, but also you need to consider the legal aspects, etc., and getting fucked from all directions, to put it politely. The story I mentioned in the video, in the article about drivers and bodyguards and why I don't trust them, and that's up on my blog, Truth Only Has a Few Friends. I had a client come to me that had needed to go to Haiti. They're in the communications business. They had a client in Haiti that wanted them to come in and look at some stuff. And the client referred them to their security department. And it was a big client. They had their own security department, all expats working in Haiti. And the client come to me because he said he spoke to their security this security department, and the head of security just didn't click. He didn't trust him. He said for the risk at the time in Haiti, which was high, but it's not as high as it is now, he said he didn't trust them. He just didn't give them any faith whatsoever that they could actually provide them with protection. This client come to me and said, would you come with us, etc., come in covertly. I was a member of their staff. I was an engineer, part of their team, etc., and these were all internet guys, yeah? Long story short, I went in with the clients, and as soon as we arrived in Port-au-Prince, and I'd been to Port-au-Prince a few times, whatever, we were doing business in Haiti at the time. Long story short, I've even got my Haitian tax number. I was gonna push for Haitian citizenship at one point, but then the earthquake come along. That's another story. We arrived at the airport in Port-au-Prince. My guys picked us up inside of, or met us inside of, just as we come outside of immigration, As we come outside, we're waiting to meet up with the security person and vehicle for this communication company that had sent along their own people to pick up my client, their client, but they didn't know that we had our own security. You know what? You come out of Port-au-Prince is, how can we put it, Haitian. And as we come out of the airport, there was one white guy stood in the crowd of all these other Haitians. And this one white guy had a piece of paper with my name, my real name, and the client's real names on it, waiting to greet us and pick them up. And you know, in the day, it's like you can Google my name, it's not going to show up. You come up with 1,000 different names. But one of the clients was a top research and development guy for a large computer company, communications company. And if you Googled his name, it would have shown up very, very quickly. A little bit of a strange name. So this security guy had compromised the client to start with because his name was there being flashed around in public. And the client knew this. The client was a little bit, had an issue with that, etc. Moving on, now we move to the client's, how can we put it? The client's office building. And we said to their security beforehand, we're going to the hotel, we want to drop stuff off, and then we'll go to the office for the first meeting. As we went to the vehicle, I explained to this guy that he was speaking broken French, broken English, etc. He spoke French, but there was a communications issue. I explained to the security guy for the communications company, okay, we have our own security, they'll be following us along behind us, etc., etc. Is there any issues? No worries. This security guy was armed, even though he shouldn't have been armed. He was working under the license. It was a very questionable thing. He had his firearm was signed out from a security company that this company was working for, etc., etc. So if they were involved in an incident, it would have been very, very questionable. He would have had to got on a plane and got out of the country pretty quickly, and people have to be paid off pretty quickly. Anyway, as we left the airport and headed to the hotel we were staying at, my guys were behind us, again, driving a black Tahoe, semi-armored Tahoe, blacked out windows, etc., etc. Typical security vehicle. They were following us tight all the way through Port-au-Prince, up into Pittenville, etc. When we got up into Pittenville, just as we approached the hotel, I'm not going to mention the hotel's name, just as we approached the hotel, the security guy for the client, whose car we was in, or security guy for the communications company, whose car we was in, stopped just short, maybe as we're driving into the driveway of the hotel. And he said to us, I think we're being followed. And my attitude, my thing at the time was like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, there's a car following us. And I said, yeah, that's our security people. And then he realized, okay, they're with us. I said, yeah, they're with us. I told you at the airport. Okay, all right, no problems then. And I said to the guy, I said, well, what are you going to do if they're not? Oh, I'd find out who they are, I'd speak to them, etc. It's like, okay, the points just from there, and the client realized this, because the clients we deal with tend not to be too stupid. We deal with clients that tend to be sharp, and if they come to us, they know there's a problem. And the client even said to me in the reception when we were checking into the hotel, he's like, these guys are fucking stupid. Yeah, sure. You realize you're being followed, and you take us all the way to the hotel where we're staying at before you think about even checking out a car that's following us. Where if you think you're being followed, then you check out the vehicle and stay mobile until you can sort out the issue, right? I'm not going to go into protocols. So the guy took us, this security guy, one, communications-wise, he didn't understand what we were saying in the first place. Two, he thought we were being followed, but he still took us to our hotel while we're being followed. Three, he said he was going to go out and check out the car behind us. He had no authority. So what's he going to say? He's going to turn up and go to the guys behind us, who are you, I want to see your ID, etc. Their answer can be, fuck you. And especially in the day in Haiti, or even these days, a lot of the bad guys are the police anyway, so they can end up arresting him for carrying a questionably legal firearm. So this is a couple of issues just on a drive from the airport to the hotel. Anyway, we checked into the hotel. As we're leaving the hotel, we pull off, we're leaving. Next thing I know, my guys who are following along behind us are on the radio. You got a flat tire. I was like, what the fuck? My guys behind us are able to see we got a flat tire, and we're beginning to feel the bumping in the car. We got a flat tire. So I say to the security guy for the communications company, okay, you got a flat tire. How do you know? My guys are following us. They can see we got a flat tire. You know what? We had a flat tire. This vehicle from the communications company had no breakdown kit. They never had a spare tire. They never had nothing. They never had fix a flat, etc. So at that stage, we piled everybody into our Tahoe. We let to groom the security guy's ego from the communications company. We let him sit in the front seat. Everybody got in our Tahoe. We went to the client, this communications company's office with the clients, etc., etc. while we left the communications company's vehicle next to the side of the road, waiting for somebody to turn up with a spare tire or fix their tire or some fucking bullshit. You know what? When we got to the office of the communications company, one of their managers, one of their top people, come out and said to my client, and they had a discussion. He said, "Oh, there's no need for you to bring your own security. We have security." And my client said to, because they realized at this stage, my clients had brought their own security, own vehicles, etc., etc. Again, this guy said, "There's no need. We've got our own security." My client said to him, "Is like, your security is useless." He said, "If it wasn't for my security, I'd be sat next to the side of the road somewhere waiting for somebody to come and get me." So within, I'd say, an hour of landing in Port-au-Prince, this communications company security department that were all expats, that were all flown in, that were all white guys in Haiti getting paid okay at the time, had completely made themselves look like a bunch of idiots. Completely incompetent, completely useless. My client was like, "Thank fuck we brought you guys." So, you know what? That's one reason. That's just one story I've got of a lot of stories of why I don't trust security people, drivers, etc., unless I know them personally. If I don't know them personally, you can have the best resume in the world, best CV in the world. You know what? It's just a piece of paper. These days, it's just a virtual image, a virtual document, which is completely worthless. Unless I know people, unless I've dealt with people, and unless people prove themselves, you're completely worthless. And this is where when people come to me saying, people come to me looking for work, and I've got a video up about this, it's pinned on the top of a lot of our social media. We don't hire people, we don't use people we don't know. Until you're proven, until you're trusted, and that's another issue. You know what? You're completely irrelevant. You're completely expendable. You're completely irrelevant. You're just a liability until you're proven. Okay, that's just a little video commenting on an article, and that hopefully answering a question of why I'm very wary of dealing with other security people, etc., etc., etc. So, in the meantime, follow me along on social media. Check out the article. It's on my blog, Drivers and Bodyguards, Why I Don't Trust Them. And I have an array of books up on Amazon that talk about various aspects of the security business, etc., etc. So follow me along on social media. You got any relevant questions, feel free to reach out. But in the meantime, be good, stay safe, and stay out of trouble. And as far as your security is concerned, as far as your client's security is concerned, if you're serious in the close protection business, you know what? Don't trust anybody. Because if things go bad, if shit hits the fan, all the weight, everything's going to come on you. It's going to be down to you to solve the problems and justify your actions. And that includes justify the actions of those you're subcontracting to or those you're working with. So this is one reason. Trust no one, question everything. Be good, stay safe, and try to stay out of trouble.